Imagine waking up tomorrow. Nothing feels different. The streets look the same, but something feels off. Europe isn't divided anymore. It's one system, one rule. You might not notice it at first, but this is a world where Hitler won. Let's start with one simple question. Could this have happened at all? In our timeline, Germany lost the war, but history isn't a straight line. Everything depends on one place, the Eastern Front. Imagine Germany doesn't run out of fuel, or trucks, or men. Fewer mistakes, better logistics, small changes, big effects. The Soviet collapse wasn't impossible, just unlikely. Now look west, Britain. Years of bombing, empty factories, a tired population, not surrender, just stepping aside. And across the ocean? America watches. No Pearl Harbor, no reason to enter. The world freezes. 3 powers, no clear winner. Unlikely? Yes. Impossible? No. And that's where the story begins. The war doesn't end with fireworks. It ends with maps, new borders, new rules, new offices. Most people don't resist. They wait. Papers change hands. Names get recorded. The streets don't look destroyed. They look organized. Schools reopen with new lessons, fewer voices, one message. People don't cheer. They adjust. Order feels safe at first, and slowly, this becomes normal. This is how control begins, quietly. After the war, labs don't close. They change owners and priorities. Scientists keep working, not because they agree, but because they're needed. Rockets still rise, not to explore space, but to reach farther targets. Technology grows best when it watches, measures, and predicts. Faster planes, quicker response, less warning. The economy doesn't slow down, it reorganizes around readiness. Civilian needs come second, security comes first. Some projects move faster, others are locked away. Knowledge doesn't disappear. It just stops circulating. This isn't a technological boom. It's a technological direction. People still use technology every day. They just don't choose how it's built. In this world, science doesn't ask what's possible. It asks what's allowed. On the surface, life looks normal. People wake up, get dressed, go to work. Streets are quiet, shops are open, trains run on time. But information flows in one direction. From the top, down, news still exists. It's just simpler, shorter, and always confident. At school, kids still learn history, just not all of it. Some questions are encouraged, others are quietly skipped. People still talk politics, just more carefully and more quietly. Not because someone is always watching, but because they might be. Most people don't feel oppressed. They feel adjusted. Life doesn't break all at once. It slowly narrows until the smaller world feels normal. When one system wins big, the world doesn't reset. It rebalances. Smaller countries stop asking, "What's right?" and start asking, "What's safe?" Alliances still exist. They're just quieter and more careful. Trade doesn't stop. It follows the rules of power. Jobs still exist. Growth still happens, just with fewer choices. Innovation slows, not because people stop thinking, but because thinking gets risky. The world stays connected, but not equally. Movement still happens. It's just permission-based. A new generation grows up, knowing one version of the world, different languages, similar stories. The planet doesn't care who wins wars, but people do. Decades pass, the system hardens. The world doesn't collapse, it stabilizes around control. This is not a dark future, it's a quiet one. But even quiet systems can turn out very differently. When people ask, what if Hitler won? They usually expect one answer, a dark one. But history doesn't work like a switch, it works like a dial. Turn it slightly, and you get one future. Turn it all the way, and you get another. In the best case, the world becomes very stable. No big wars, no sudden crashes. Systems run smoothly. People know their roles. Life feels predictable. And for many, that feels safe. Technology still improves, just slowly, carefully, nothing radical, nothing disruptive. People live longer, cities work better. But the future never surprises anyone. But the line between stability and stagnation is very thin. And once you cross it, you don't notice right away. In the worst case, control keeps expanding. Rules multiply. Choices shrink. People stop imagining alternatives, not because they're forced to, but because it feels pointless. Kids grow up thinking this is just how the world works. Not better, not worse, just normal. So the real question isn't, would this world survive? It's, would people notice what they gave up? Because the most dangerous futures aren't the loud ones. They're the ones that feel comfortable. So, what if Hitler won? The answer isn't a single image or a single ending. It's a range of futures, quiet ones, stable ones, controlled ones. And here's the uncomfortable part. Some pieces of that world don't look alien at all. Order, efficiency, predictability. We still chase those things today. The trade-off is rarely announced. It doesn't arrive with alarms. It fades in quietly. Fewer risks, fewer mistakes, and fewer chances to choose differently. Freedom usually doesn't disappear overnight. It becomes optional, then inconvenient, and eventually unnecessary. Every generation inherits a version of the world. They don't choose it. They normalize it. So maybe the real lesson isn't about the past. It's about how much control we're willing to accept before we stop asking questions. History doesn't repeat itself, but it often asks the same questions.